Loneliness, a feeling that everyone experiences at some point, yet few truly understand. Imagine being in a crowded room, surrounded by people, yet feeling completely alone. The feeling of isolation can be terrifying, and it's not just a passing emotion. It's deeply embedded in our psychology, influencing our behavior, thoughts, and even our physical health. But why do we fear being alone so much? Why does solitude seem so threatening to us? The answer lies in understanding the psychology behind it. A groundbreaking study in 2007 by the University of Chicago, led by researcher John Cacioppo, helps shed light on this fear. Cacioppo's research involved more than 200 adults across various age groups and revealed startling results. He found that loneliness isn't just a mental state but a physical one. When we're lonely, our brains perceive it as a threat to survival, triggering the same areas activated in response to physical pain. This explains why loneliness can feel so unbearable. It's not just psychological, it's also physiological. Our brains associate being alone with danger, as humans are social creatures wired for connection. And what's even more shocking, Cacioppo discovered that chronic loneliness is linked to health issues like high blood pressure, weakened immune systems, and even an increased risk of early death. His research has been cited extensively in the study of loneliness, and it shows that the fear of being alone is hardwired into us. Now, let's talk about practical takeaways from this research that you can apply in your daily life. First, it's essential to actively nurture social connections. Even a simple hello or small talk with a neighbor or colleague can help combat feelings of isolation. Cacioppo's research shows that making even brief, positive social connections can activate the reward centers in the brain, easing the discomfort of loneliness. So, next time you're feeling alone, don't hesitate to strike up a conversation, even if it's just a small one. Next, let's look at another fascinating study by Julianne Holt-Lunstad, a professor at Brigham Young University. In 2015, Holt-Lunstad conducted a study with over 300,000 participants and found that loneliness and social isolation can be more dangerous than obesity and smoking. That's right, loneliness isn't just emotionally harmful, it can physically shorten your life. This finding emphasizes the importance of staying connected, even when you're tempted to isolate yourself. For practical implementation, try setting small goals each week to strengthen your social network. Whether it's reaching out to an old friend, joining a group activity, or participating in an online community, these steps can make a huge difference in how you feel about being alone. Empowering minds with research-backed wisdom. This knowledge can help you reshape your understanding of loneliness. Instead of fearing it, you can take active steps to build your social connections and protect your well-being. Lastly, let's talk about a study by the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, in 2014. Researchers found that people who practice mindfulness and meditation experience reduced feelings of loneliness. The study, which followed 100 participants over 6 weeks, showed that those who engaged in mindfulness training showed significant improvements in their emotional well-being and reduced feelings of isolation. This research suggests that mindfulness can be a powerful tool to combat loneliness. By focusing on the present moment and accepting your emotions without judgment, you can begin to ease the pain of being alone. So, whether you meditate for 5 minutes or simply practice deep breathing, incorporating mindfulness into your routine can help you feel more connected to yourself, reducing the fear of isolation. So, how can we practically implement mindfulness? Start small. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing in the morning, or even mindful walking, where you focus on each step you take, can gradually change the way you experience solitude. In the end, understanding the psychology of loneliness is the first step in combating the fear of being alone. By applying these research-backed strategies, nurturing social connections, making time for mindfulness, and practicing self-compassion, we can reduce the overwhelming fear that isolation brings. When we understand loneliness from a psychological perspective, it becomes less of a threat and more of an opportunity for growth, connection, and well-being. By embracing the research and applying it to our daily lives, we can break free from the chains of loneliness and begin to thrive in our own company.